Borussia Dortmund building season. Well, for Beth RB for Borussia Dortmund, the football club of this channel or followed football club of this channel, Borussia Dortmund are 11th and not quite too distanced off a last European spot of Europa Conference League maybe, but close to two distanced off. Like, I'd say distance from top 4, distance from top 5. And not quite distance from top 6, but close to two distance from top 6. And yeah, Borussia Dortmund this season in matches, utilised enough or not. And yeah, at this point, Borussia Dortmund, like, there's 12 matches remaining in the league in the Bundesliga this season. And yes, there are still an amount of matches and points to play for, but I'd say for Borussia Dortmund to be top 6, I'd say it'd be 8 wins in 12. I'd predict about 5 wins in 12, and with that, I predicted that for Borussia Dortmund for the rest of the season, plus results of other matches in the league for the rest of the season, and had Borussia Dortmund finishing 9th, but about 4 points or so off top 6, and Borussia Mönchengladbach in the last also European spot in 6th, and it may finish like that. Like Borussia Mönchengladbach, the last 3 matches, won 2-1 away to Stuttgart, drew 1-1 Frankfurt, and then won a competitive away match 2-1 away to Union Berlin. So, yeah, for the teams maybe competing for the last European spot, Borussia Mönchengladbach may have a chance of that. And I'm not sure if Borussia Dortmund quite win enough matches for it or not. There's a chance, but I'm just not sure. Like, of the remaining matches and remaining Borussia Dortmund matches, just with the remaining matches. Of the remaining matches. So I'm predicting Borussia Dortmund to maybe finish 9th over season, 11th after 22 matches out of 34 in the season for the Bundesliga. Like, Champions League, yeah, first leg of the playoffs, won 3-0 away to Sporting Lisbon, one of the best Borussia Dortmund matches of the season, that. Maybe in the round 16 Champions League, it's Lille or Aston Villa. Borussia Dortmund round 16. Aston Villa, competitive chance, but Aston Villa with options of players and not right enough manager for their squad and their team. But at Westfalen Stadion, so going to be competitive chance with that. Lille, yeah, competitive, but maybe a chance of scoring the goals at home. So I'd say Champions League maybe round the 16 to quarterfinals. I'd say quarterfinals may be the furthest this season, so I'll say round 16 to quarterfinals. That's about predicted for Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Like, last season's 2 rounds further predicted for the final, but it was quite the Champions League last season for Borussia Dortmund, of course. But yes, Borussia Dortmund's remaining matches for the league: Union Berlin at home, St. Pauli away, Augsburg at home, RB Leipzig away, Mainz at home, Freiburg away, Bayern Munich away, Borussia Mönchengladbach at home, Hoffenheim away, Wolfsburg at home, Bayer Leverkusen away, and the last match of the season at home to Holstein Kiel, last match of the season for the league pre the Club World Cup. So I'd say the matches to be winning over the match, I'd say be these matches. the matches to be utilised enough and to win a match. And these are the 5 matches I predict for like 5 wins and 12 rather than 8 wins and 12. These are the matches to utilise enough to be winning a match. And these are the 5 wins and 12 I'd predict. Union Berlin at home, Augsburg at home, Hoffenheim away, Wolfsburg at home, and Holstein Kiel at home. And they're the 5 wins and 12 I'd predict. I'd say those 5 maybe wins over the match. And then there's potential competitive matches. I'm not sure Borussia Dortmund win enough of these matches. I'd say there's 4 potential competitive matches, and predicting 5 to utilise enough to be winning over the match. I predicted those 5 to be the 5 wins and 12. And then there's 4 potentially competitive ones, and I'm saying Borussia Dortmund may draw all these 4 matches, but I'd say Borussia Dortmund potentially to be winning 3 of them for any European football next season of St. Pauli away, Mainz at home, Freiburg away, and Borussia Mönchengladbach at home. And I'll say Borussia Dortmund draw those 4 matches rather than win 3 of them for 8 wins and 12 for a European spot. And I'd say Borussia Dortmund drawing 4 of these rather than winning 3 of these. It'll be 5 wins and 12 rather than 8 wins and 12, with winning 3 of these for the 8 wins and 12 for a European spot. And then these are the 3 other remaining matches of the remaining matches. And yeah, RB Leipzig away, Bayern Munich away, Bayer Leverkusen away. RB Leipzig away. If RB Leipzig have enough results of sorts pre that match, yeah, I'll say RB Leipzig maybe winning that over the match. That may be a loss for Borussia Dortmund. Bayern Munich away, yes, the Klassiker is a big match on the match day, but I'll say away this season it may be a loss over the match. I'm not sure that's a result there this season. And Bayer Leverkusen away, just with results in other matches with Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen top 2. Bayer Leverkusen away is with 2 matches remaining in the league, and Bayern Munich may have won the league by that match, maybe. So just with that, the only point I'm predicting is with Bayer Leverkusen away, just with like Bayer Leverkusen may have finished second for the season by that match, and Bayern Munich may have won the league. So just with that, maybe a draw that match. But I'm only predicting 1 point from those 3. So like, I'm predicting 15 points out of 15 from these matches, but 4 points out of 12 from these matches. and 1 point out of 9 of these matches for 5 wins in 12 of the remaining matches. And yeah, finishing 9th over the season and just not quite European football for next season over the season. But Borussia Dortmund is utilised enough or not this season. But yeah, I'll say it may not be European competition next season. Like the club have main revenue from like top 3 memberships in Europe, over 200,000 members the club have, and 81,000 set out matches at Signal Iduna Park / Westfalen Stadion. Like the club, like there'll still be the main revenue, but yeah, just not an amount after a European competition. But the main revenue of in-stadium revenue and membership revenue still, with or with no European football next season. But it's just with no European competition, that's culturally then more of a building season next season, potentially, maybe, if no European football. Like Borussia Dortmund signed a keeper, then loaned one out. So if Gregor Kobel sold next season, then Borussia Dortmund may have signed a Gregor Kobel replacement, maybe potentially, with Diane Ramji. Like, signed that keeper, then loaned out that keeper to Copenhagen. So Gregor Kobel sold, Diane Ramji maybe potentially replace Gregor Kobel next season, maybe not. I'd say Gregor Kobel's 50-50 at Borussia Dortmund next season. Serhou Guirassy, I'd say the rest of the squad mainly retains next season, potentially. Serhou Guirassy, I'd say it's 50-50. He's at Borussia Dortmund another season. He's in his best seasons as a player. Scored 25 last season for Stuttgart in the Bundesliga, and this season he's Champions League's top scorer at this point with Borussia Dortmund with 10 goals. And I'd say like it's 50-50. He'd be at Borussia Dortmund next season. The one player I'd say probably sold next season is Jamie Gittins. It's his best season for Borussia Dortmund. Like, he started more this season. He's had an amount of goals and assists. He drives forward with the ball. Left foot, right foot crosses into the box a bit. And he is one of the most talented wingers in Europe. He's valued like £40 million, about 50 million euros. So it's about that. And I'd say he may be sold next season. I'd say Kobel and Guirassy are 50-50s. The rest of the squad, I'd say, maintained. So I'd say maybe replacing Gittins, may or may not be replacing the Guirassy. Kobel may be replaced by Diane Ramji, maybe, with that keeper signed from Ajax and loaned out to Copenhagen, then at Borussia Dortmund next season. Daniel Svensson's a loan to a buy next season from Nordjylland. But yes, so that is Borussia Dortmund potentially with a building season next season, as maybe no European football. But there is still an amount of matches and points to play for maybe European football next season. But Borussia Dortmund, it'll be enough points for close enough to European spots for over the season to still maybe a European spot over the season. But it may be a bit 50-50 for that at best at this point in the season.